Most of us start every day with good intentions, and then everyday life can get in the way.
Maybe next time.
Especially when it comes to getting enough exercise. By the time you get ready for work, get the kids ready for school, get the kids to school, get yourself to work, run some errands after work, make dinner, and get ready to do it all over again. When are you supposed to find time for a workout or even a walk? What if you could take care of your daily responsibilities and get the exercise you need to stay healthy, all at the same time? Experts say with more opportunities to walk, bike, or take public transportation, exercise would become part of our daily routine, lowering obesity rates, cutting healthcare costs, and giving ourselves and our children a chance to lead longer, healthier lives. It's not impossible, but it will take good planning to make active living part of our everyday lives. Learn more at planning.org. That's planning.org. A message from this station and the American Planning Association.
I'm Tiffany. I have some tips for you on how to quit smoking like I did. First, I did some reading about it. I found a lot of great advice on how to quit smoking and picked out the ways I thought would work best for me. I started by setting a quit date. Then I threw out my ashtrays, lighters, and matches. I did other things too, like exercising more, and it worked. But I'd still get cravings, especially on long car rides. To help me with that, I put a picture of my mother in my car. She died of lung cancer from smoking cigarettes when I was only 16. Now I have a 16-year-old daughter. That picture of my mother reminds me that I don't want to miss all the things my daughter is going to do in her life, including turning 17.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
Regional World Entertainment presents The Booth. Check us out every Sunday on WIIT 88.9 FM in Chicago, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Download that free app, tune in, and get the best sounds of the underground with The Booth. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the DaBooth312, broadcasting on WIIT 88.9 FM Chicago and WOUI. DB, that's right, Digital Broadcasting, DaBoothRadio.com. Hopefully you guys are doing all right today. I am so sorry that we're having some technical issues. If you guys are trying to watch us on the different social media sites right now, we are having some lagging and some other technical issues, which we are trying to work on and get that fixed for you guys. But so far, it seems like most of the recordings are good, and we should be good on that end. So we might have to have you guys look at our rebroadcast of the show if you want to see the whole thing seamlessly. All right, enough talking right here. We're not going to get into too much of the talk, but I do want to welcome back a couple of our residents that went out of town, went to the West Coast, and made it back alive, so we're happy about that.
Hats off to Rose Red. Rose Red went out to Frisco, Oakland, and one of the tracks that she played was, I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum, and she did that. So kudos and hats off to Rose Red for an awesome set yesterday with Javon Jackson and some others. Mike Bledsoe represented Chicago and San Francisco big time. Frisco, I love the house community out there. So, hey, keep that on your radars, y'all.
Right.
Keep that on your radars.
All right, guys. So we want to welcome our guest. He hasn't been here in a while. So if you guys forgot who he is, here he is on the screen right here.
He forgot
it's
me.
DJ John Hernandez. Yeah, I know, right?
He didn't even remember he met me before.
You know, when I saw John, we were at a picnic, and I saw John. He's like, yeah, well, you forget about me? When am I coming back on?
Because he forgot about me.
And I'll tell all you guys exactly what I told John. John knows I'll say it right away. It's like, look, bro, you're not just playing old school, right? You're playing something new.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I play new stuff. I said, okay, because we love the old school. Don't get me wrong. We love our foundation of where house music began. However, it's still evolving. It's still moving. And we want to appreciate all the great new music that's out there right now. So,
I mean, the Riot Crew has a big following. They do a lot of the classic house music that
new wave classic house,
right.
Yeah.
And I'm not, people think, I've had people come up to me and say, oh, you don't like old school. I don't have anything against old school.
No, you're strictly techno and tech house.
That's because of the booth. That is because of the booth. But what I was saying is, you know, I think everybody has their niche. If this group of individuals like playing old school, play it because there's a crowd that wants it.
Absolutely.
You know, I just don't play it because there's so much new music. That's all. But I have nothing against it.
Right. So, John, let's get caught up with you, man. It's been a while, a very long while since you've been out here, man. What have you been up to?
A lot of work and a lot of play lately. I've been pretty busy every other weekend.
You playing last night? Yeah.
Yes. Last night, I got the privilege to play over at Esmeralda's on the north side. Nice little joint there. Yeah. I loved it.
Okay. How was that?
Very ambient and the drinks, top notch.
Right.
So how long have you been DJing? Let's just dive right in there.
Well, let's see. Not to give away my age, but I am 56.
That ain't old. That's 46.
I started in 81, 13, hanging out with some friends in a garage back in my neighborhood on the boulevard in Little Village. And 82.
You grew up in Little Village?
I did.
I went to South St. Magnet.
Okay. Actually, that used to be called
Harrison High School.
Harrison High School.
My parents went to it.
I went to my freshman year in 82.
Really?
Yeah, and they closed in 83. So
yeah, it was like 83, 84, right?
Yeah, ended up at
you old
Curie
farts,
High School
okay.
after that.
Yeah.
But that was my beginning of my DJ career, 82.
Okay. So tell us about what you're doing with the Riot Crew.
Well, you know, we're a group of DJs with also a crew of how would you say
Like-minded
like a
individuals?
group. Yeah, there's like about 25 of us, and
It's 25 now? Damn.
Yeah.
Y'all got a posse. Y'all ain't got
we
a group.
do.
That's above group. You just graduate to posse.
Exactly, and you know we do events throughout the year, picnics, and we have a Halloween party coming up this
You have an
October.
annual summer festival every year with you guys, right?
Yeah, we also DJ Crow handles a lot of that Tamale Fest and the Strawberry Fest.
But you guys do you have your picnic in the Forest Preserve.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
When is that again?
Well, we had that already, and it was back in June.
Okay.
But yeah, the dates vary every year. But yeah, we have it every year, and we get a good 100 to 200 people showing up.
No, let's not go into crowd sizes.
It
now.
was
Let's not
raining.
go into crowd sizes.
It was raining this summer, so
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
But we still had the people that were dancing.
There you go.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, and you know, not only do we play new wave, but we play everything else. You know, everyone thinks of us as they're just new wave crew, but no, we play everything. You name it, we play it. We're just kind of known for new wave, trying to keep that alive.
There's nothing wrong.
I got to bring this up. At Taco and Tamale Festival last year, you were on the stage, and it was, I'm sorry, he was on the Taco and Tamale stage, not just this past time, but the year before. And ironically enough, it did rain that time that he was out there as well. So it's like, it's funny, like the rain keeps following you around.
It's the rain gods. Yeah,
It's got to be.
it's
Yeah,
the
it seemed
rain
like it was
gods.
raining in the studio here with all the hiccups and the issues we were having technically. So I don't know, bro. I mean, what are you bringing with you?
Well, I don't know, but when I was playing, you know, I had the privilege of the one and only, you know, what's his name? Ron Carroll. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, if it's only one and only, there's not many to think of. Come on.
Yeah, I was a little starstruck when I seen him recording me while I was mixing. I was coming back and I was like, "What? He's recording me? He's standing next to me." Awesome, and yeah, very
John,
privileged.
you've always put together great sets, man. I've always heard a lot of things. From your mixtapes to your CDs, you know, a lot of your mixes. I've always appreciated your sound, bro. So
Yeah,
you
speaking
definitely
of
did a
sound,
great
I'll
job.
throw out that I am on Mixcloud, and you can find me under JH Mixes. And
Frequent the branding iron as well.
the branding iron.
So what other social media platforms are you on as well?
You can find me on Facebook under John Hernandez. You'll see a picture of me and my wife on there, and it probably a picture a couple of years ago because I was a lot thinner then, so it just looks better.
With like a lot of our old school
Yeah.
DJs, producers,
Yeah,
they
the-
use 20 years ago. Here's what I look like, and then you look at him like, oh, is that
I
really you?
recycle my old pictures on the flyers.
You got the
Right.
picture from when you graduated high school up there all these years, and
Right.
it was like,
Yeah.
"You're not John Hernandez. I don't know you."
Yeah.
Yes, that's me.
Right.
So have you done any producing?
No, but I always wanted to get into that. I just workload. I work at the airport, and I'm always
one?
busy at Midway.
Okay.
Southwest Airlines, if I could throw that
Oh,
out.
he's throwing pluggers.
One of the best airline companies in the world.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, girl.
We
If you
still
give
have free
if you give
baggage?
us a discount, I'll plug that for you. But United all the way.
Uh-oh. Wow. Well, we got free bags and still.
Okay. So what are you feeling like? How are you? What are you going to play for us today?
I am going to be playing some new stuff. I do tinker in the underground, and it's a passion of mine to play it. But I just, of course, people hire me to play old school, and I do. But
You can pay. If they're paying you, then you do what you're getting paid.
But on the side, I'm in the back room in my house, and I'm just jamming out sometimes, and then uploading my mixes on Mixcloud, and enjoying the deep house, Afro house, tribal that I upload.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, guys. Let's let them know again before you get on there in the ones and twos. What's the best spot for them to check you out?
The best spot, I would have to say it would be at Branding Iron. You can check me out there. Actually, October 26th, we have our annual Halloween party coming up, and we'll be celebrating the Witch's Brew that night. So,
How long? Okay, last question. How long has the Riot Crew been together?
well, I personally joined a little over a year ago. The Riot Crew themselves, I think they're going on about 5 years, if I'm not mistaken.
That was
They
longer than that.
started.
That's why I asked, because I was
Yeah,
like,
I
how
was
long-
gonna say,
it started
that's longer
smaller, just a group of guys, and now it developed into now DJs crew, and with friends and wives joining in on that. So
Because you got, like you said, you have a posse. You started off as a smaller crew with
Yeah.
Julian and a few others. And
Julius Oliver.
Julius,
Yeah.
and then now you're. I didn't even know you guys grew like that. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Julius Oliver, Tony Mixon G, DJ Catalyst, myself, John Hernandez, and DJ Crow, Classic Crow, and of course Gil G.
Okay. So, Rob, you want to take us to commercial break? One more time, let them know where they can follow you at on social media.
I'm on Instagram. You can look up DJ John Hernandez. You can find me on Facebook, John Hernandez. I'm also on TikTok. You can look up JH Mixes or John Hernandez on TikTok. I'll probably be doing some funny sketches with Tony Techniques. That.
Really? Hakto?
Maybe Fuego. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, who knows? We'll do a little TikTok thing,
They're going to label you as crazy once you do it.
Okay.
after we have a couple of drinks. Yeah.
Then you're really crazy.
Quick shout out. I want to give a quick shout out. My mom's watching right now.
Hey,
Hi,
Mom.
Hey.
Hi, wife. She's
Moms are
watching.
welcome,
My sister,
always.
my brother.
Well, before we go to commercial break, I want to say what's up to everybody in the chat room. We got Karen Soto in the chat room. We have Lee Walker. Thank you all for tuning in. As well as, if I miss your name, I'm sorry, but we are on a tight schedule. We got to get our guest on the ones and twos right now to play, but please tune in and share the link to whatever site you are watching us on live, and let everybody know, hey, tune into the booth. The Bears they just wrapped up the game. They won. Woohoo! And now let's get into some house music. So, Rob, let's go to a commercial break, pay some bills so we could get into our guest playing his set.
All right, gladly. All right, guys, stick around right here for more to come. When we come back, our guest, DJ John Hernandez, can throw down ones and twos for the best sound on the ground, the DaBooth312, broadcasting out WIT 88.9 FM Chicago and WOUI, DaBoothRadio.com.
Hello, I'm Ann Geddes. Every 2 seconds, somewhere in the world, a baby is born too soon. Did you know that premature birth is the leading cause of newborn deaths, not just in the US, but around the world? With each week these precious babies stay and thrive in the womb, the risk of disabilities is significantly reduced. It's not too late to make a difference. Premature birth can be prevented, and new lives can be saved. The March of Dimes has created a network of prematurity research centres developing new treatments that will assist in making a difference. The March of Dimes continues to work with parents, the medical community and governments to bring improved prenatal care to mothers and their babies. Give every newborn the chance to be born healthy. Join with me and the March of Dimes. Take the first step. Visit marchofdimes.org.
Reaching the World Entertainment presents The Booth. Check us out every Sunday on WIIT 88.9 FM in Chicago, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Download that free app, tune in, and get the best sounds of the underground with The Booth.
coming from Chicago. This goes out to Ryan Hardy. We coming from Chicago. This goes out to Ryan Hardy. We coming from Chicago. This goes out to Ryan Hardy. We coming from Chicago. This goes out to Ryan Hardy. We coming from Chicago. This goes out to Ryan Hardy. We coming from Chicago. This goes out to Ryan Hardy. We coming from Chicago. This goes out to Ryan Hardy. We coming from Chicago. This goes out to Ryan Hardy. We coming from Chicago. This goes out to Ryan Hardy. We coming from Chicago. This goes out to Ryan Hardy. We coming from Chicago. This goes out to Ryan Hardy. We coming from Chicago. This goes out to Ryan Hardy. We coming from Chicago. This goes out to Ryan Hardy. We coming from Chicago. Se dan cuenta que esa mujer ya fue, porque la ven y no sienten nada, se dan cuenta que ya fue, ya fuiste, y le cantan esta canción que dice, ya te olvidé. Concha tu madre.
one of the lucky ones. Oh, baby. Our love has grown from a tiny seed to a flower garden that could never die. And we're standing on a foundation, baby, we're standing on a foundation of love that could never crumble. And ooh, this love is getting stronger the longer we stay together. Oh, love is getting so stronger. We stay together, you and me, baby. Our love, it gets so strong. Every second, every minute, every hour of the day, through the weeks, through the months, through the years, come with me. It gets so I can't help but feel. And I can't help but feel.
Now it's time for us to change our ways in the new. A lot of suffering and pain. Now it's time. Now it's time for change. Now it's time for change in the new millennium.
Message for the DJ. I'm a househead forever, at least until I die. You can't move me without it, so don't you even try. Househead forever, I need a deep house groove. I tap my toes to that other shit, but house really makes me move. Some people need hip-hop, and R&B's okay. But a funky laid-back sweet house track takes my mind away. So here's a message for the DJ that's in the club tonight. Play a sexy, deep, hot house track so I can move my body right. I want to close my eyes and feel it in my bones. So throw that helly bumpin' shit. House puts me in a zone. I want to elevate my mind, set my body free, lose the stresses of the day, and feel the energy. So listen, Mr. DJ, send me on that high, 'cause I'm a househead forever, at least until I die.
how she makes me feel. There's a girl that's a DJ, y'all. She moves the party for real. Don't forget about respect when you're here. Cause you know it's Sadie's house tonight. So as long as you know how it goes, come on in, yeah. So come on and go inside. It's Sadie's house. You know how it goes. Oh yeah. So come on and go inside. It's Sadie's house. You know how it goes. All right. Can you feel it? Sadie house. Ooh yeah. Now think about it, like I said before. All you gotta do is look on the dance floor. Sadie's house tonight. So as long as you know how it goes, come on in, yeah. So come on and go. It's Sadie's house. You know how it goes. Oh yeah. Sadie. So come on and go inside. It's Sadie's house. Sadie's house. You know how it goes. Ooh.
In the beginning there was Jack, and Jack still has a groove. And from this groove came the grooves of all grooves. And while one day viciously throwing down on his box, Jack boldly declared, "Let there be house." And house music was born. I am, you see, I am the creator, and this is my house. And in my house there is only house music. But I am not so selfish, because once you enter my house, it then becomes our house and our house music. And you see, no one man owns house, because house music is a universal language spoken, understood by all. You see, house is a feeling that no one understands really unless you're deep into the vibe of house. House music is an uncontrollable desire to jack your body. And as I told you before, this is our house and our house music. In every house, you understand, there is a keeper. And in this house, the keeper is Jack. Now, some of you might be wondering, who is Jack and what is it that Jack does? Jack is the one who gives you the power to jack your body. Jack is the one who gives you the power to do the snake. Jack is the one who opens up the door so you can come in and house dance. Jack is the one that can bring nations and nations of jackals together under one house. You may be black, you may be white, you may be Jew or Gentile. It don't make a difference as long as you come into our house. And this
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Over 50,000 police officers are assaulted on the job each year, leading to injuries and death. This is the reality they deal with when making contact with the public. Another reality is that if someone doesn't comply with a lawful order or uses force against them, police may have to use sufficient force in response to obtain compliance. Use of force is always ugly. Nobody likes it, especially police, and nobody knows how it will turn out. Spread the word. For de-escalation to work, both parties must de-escalate. And de-escalation isn't necessary if there is no escalation. Help police by not escalating. Don't attack or try to disarm an officer. Whether it's getting asked a question, getting a citation, or getting arrested, don't argue, don't resist, don't flee. After the encounter has been resolved is the time to address any complaints. Comply now, complain later. Keep everybody safe. This message brought to you by the National Police Association. To learn more about how to help law enforcement accomplish its goals, visit nationalpolice.org.
Reaching the World Entertainment presents The Booth. Check us out every Sunday on WIIT 88.9 FM in Chicago, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Download that free app, tune in, and get the best sounds of the underground with The Booth.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the DaBooth312, broadcast on WIIT 88.9 FM Chicago and WOUI, DaBoothRadio.com. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed that great mix by our guest, DJ John Hernandez.
The extended mix.
We're so happy to have John back on the show and bring that great experience of the new sound to show that DJ John Hernandez does play new music as well, not just the old school. So definitely a great job, John.
Yes, yes.
Hopefully we can start hearing more about John Hernandez, and maybe he will start dabbling into production and producing. So see if he can free up his plate.
That's the first time I ever heard him play Afro House, so that was dope.
That was good.
That was dope.
Thank you.
I love the fact that you crisscrossed other genres. You didn't just stick with just what you're familiar with. You dibbled and dabbled in other genres, and I love that.
Dibble dabble?
So, dibble and dabble.
No, definitely a great job. So what kind of events and what stuff do you have coming up? Anything?
Well, the Red Lab brings back, why did his name? David Sabat. David Sabat is this Friday's guest on the Red Lab. Had him on earlier this year. This is his return, so I'm looking forward to it. Still recuperating from San Francisco. It was hotter than it is there, and I've never felt humidity in Cali like here until I was there yesterday. I was like, I've never felt it humid in Cali. It's always been kind of just hot, but not.
And you want to go to Arizona, and that's
because it's dry heat.
Yes. You might get a full. I don't know. If you're not used to it from Cali.
Well, soon it's going to be oceanfront property if you live in Arizona. Because when California falls into the ocean, I'm going to be like, ha! I got me some oceanfront property.
Started with San Andreas.
Yeah, there you go. But nonetheless, I'm happy that the Bears won. We got good weather. If you haven't been watching the news. We don't have any rain in the forecast for the next 6 days. So, and I just washed my car. So I'm glad because I can't keep it clean. So I don't want to see no rain. And I pray, they've been saying it also on the news, for the past 3 years, Old Man Winter has been really messing up the program. He's been putting snow on Halloween for the past 3 to 4 years.
I've been looking at that too. I was actually, I don't usually follow it, but I was looking at the Farmer's Almanac, and that's calling for a bad winter this year. So we'll have to wait and see.
Well, before we get into our inspirational guys, I just want to throw this in there. There was a guy on the news, and I didn't know this was possible. This guy in Wheaton, he is the world champion pumpkin guy. And he has a pumpkin that broke the world's record, 2,000-pound pumpkin.
Oh, wow.
And the work that he puts into this, it takes him a year to grow it. The last one that he grew was 1,500 pounds. And he doesn't eat it. He carves them into big jack-o'-lanterns they do the hay rides out there. And Wheaton loves them, you know, but I'm just like.
I was going to say, Chicago probably got.
Too many rats in it.
Well, I was going to say, Chicago's probably got someone that got the world record for giving the most pumpkin heads. I don't know, but I mean.
Well, the whole board of the city, the board of education just quit. The whole board of education just quit all up at one time. So I'm like, wow, I've never heard of that before. The whole board, the school board quit, resigned, all of them, at the same time on Friday.
Wow.
Because they don't want to fire one guy.
Right.
And I'm like, I know that they've been saying that the job thing is good. I don't agree because I still waiting on some interviews, but that's a different story. But the fact that.
Man, don't get me started with that one.
Yeah. Because you're telling me the job market is great, but yet we got to hold on to our jobs. If you quit your job and you don't have nothing lined up, these guys are making hundreds of thousands of dollars so they could get a job anywhere.
Right.
You know, but you don't have to pay me no hundreds of thousands of dollars. Just pay me $60,000 a year. I'll do whatever. Not do whatever, but you know, I'll work. You know, but I ain't doing whatever.
I was gonna say,
no.
I'm gonna be a list for
No.
well.
That's why I put that up real quick. Do whatever. No. I'm not doing.
That was almost a face dive into a world of chaos. I'm sorry. That was almost a face dive into a world of chaos there. I'm glad you clarified.
Yes. I'm not face diving over. I'm still jet lagged from getting up at 4 this morning to get to the airport. Nice. So yeah. So, but I feel good. It's a good day. I mean, again, the Bears won. We could boast about that. The Bears won. So
the Bears.
Lewis? What do you have coming up? Do you have anything coming up?
No, I'm probably going to be going to support DJ Juice this coming Friday before we switch things over to the Red Lab or vice versa, something like that.
Okay.
Come out and see David Sabat. I haven't seen him in a few years.
Okay.
So nothing for me. I have a block party coming up with us. You know, that's a private event.
Before we get into Angie Pat's inspirational segment, I just also want to say if you were watching the Red Lab, yes, I did not play. That actually did happen. I was under the weather. So we'll just call it that way. I was under the weather.
Something.
I was under the covers. So, no, it was, we'll just leave it at that. But you will see me with David Sabat and Rose Red this Friday. So without further ado, she's been gone for so long.
Not that.
Yes, you have. Don't lie. Whole summer. You was gone the whole summer. Yes, you was.
No.
Yes. You going again? Have y'all seen Angie? Oh, where Tracy? Get on the chat room right now.
Tracy seen me?
Tracy done seen me.
No.
She seen person to ask. She's seen me.
She's seen you in person.
She has seen me.
But I'm talking about when, Tracy, have you seen Angie? How long has it been since you've seen Angie Pat on the show? It's been a long time. It's been a long time. No, it's been longer than 2 months.
No.
Yes. Rob? Yeah, it's been like 5 months.
No. Absolutely not.
You've been gone the whole summer. Maya was, the last show you was on, sis, Maya wasn't even here for the summer yet.
And yet I'm back today, and this is.
And I'm happy.
And this is what
this the welcome. This the welcome you get.
Welcome committee.
Look, y'all. We love you, Angie Pat. Okay, we love you. And
love you guys.
We get on Dave C. Rob and I have gotten on Dave C. And if Dave, you're watching, where you at? Okay, you could come, Grace. I know you got to get the permission slip signed by the wifey, but man, come on, man. If I need to call,
gonna put him out there like that.
Well, he's a family man. Okay, that's not a pun. If I was married and I'm a family man, if somebody said, "Hey, man, do I need to call your wife to get you out here?" I'm not gonna be mad at him. I'm like, hey, that's my responsibility. I'm responsible for me and my daughter, and I'm responsible for her 24/7.
Yeah, I kind of get that because my wife gets those questions as well when she's invited out. Do you think Lewis will let you out? And I just raise an eyebrow and I say, let.
Well, if you got to get a presidential seal of approval for your permission slip, then that's a little over the top. But the fact is, we have a big crew here at the station. We haven't seen a few people in a while. We miss them, and I'm just elating that to the audience. It's been a while since we've seen you, Angie. I'm glad that you're back.
I'm glad.
Please don't be gone so long again, because I don't want to be like 2025. Hey, when was the last time, Tracy, that you saw Angie Pat? It
No,
was.
he didn't go into the next year.
It was October 6th of 2024. So hopefully you prove me wrong.
I will.
Thank you, sis. Thank you.
You got Lee Walker on
Because
YouTube.
we ain't
talking
had no
about Boss
inspiration
Queen.
since your last inspiration.
I've been getting it. I was just.
I didn't
giving
get it. I didn't get the memo.
I was just.
My
giving
tank is
it-
empty.
I was giving it over state lines.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you had the Moses and Abraham sandals on, spreading the word. Be inspired to do the right
The
thing.
cornfields and.
You need to talk to one of them presidential candidates too.
To do what?
Stop lying.
Shout out to Lee
Both of
Walker.
them.
I think he's flirting with you.
One lies every day. I mean, everybody that's listening, come on, Rob. Come on, Rob.
All right,
One guy every day gets fact checked, and the other one don't get fact checked.
Oh,
Let's just leave it
absolutely.
there. I mean, she doesn't
She
get
just
fact checked because
changes
she's not.
everything.
No.
She don't answer questions.
Okay, we gonna go to Angie Pat because this gonna be in a political debate, and that guy sounded like a doofus, like he is.
Oh, absolutely.
Doofus when he was at the presidential debate. Then
They're
his boy,
eating the dogs.
Then his boy,
And they're eating the cats.
Then his boy, J.D. Vance, couldn't answer a simple question. Did your boy lose the election?
You think, I'm not looking towards the past. I'm looking towards the future.
You got to look at the past, bro, because I love that 175-page dossier that got dropped by the prosecutor.
Jack Smith.
And yeah.
Our current Superman.
So what it's going to look like, and if y'all haven't seen that meme on social media, there's a meme of R. Kelly, P. Diddy, and Trump wearing orange.
Yep.
I was like, wow, that's dope.
I would have screenshotted that one, buddy.
I tried to save it, but
Trust me, they're everywhere.
yeah,
Those
it's
memes are
everywhere. I mean, so
We'll
and-
find it. We'll
and-
flaunt it.
It'll find you.
Hopefully, maybe a couple of cases of baby oil will be in the prison for one of them or something.
Because KY is more expensive.
It's very messy.
Oh my God.
Very sticky. Sticky. It's sticky, icky, y'all.
Sticky situation.
So we just want to make you laugh, but you know, we are a family here, and it is good to have the family in the studio. We have a packed studio today. So without further ado, y'all didn't come to hear me talk. You came because you saw Angie Pat giving an inspirational segment. It's been a while, and she's back. So I'm finna shut my mouth. Angie, you ready, girl?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm
What you
ready.
Are you ready?
Say you ready, girl.
Yeah. Well, girl, come on, let's go. Without further ado, y'all, Miss Angie Pat, the Boss Queen.
Take it away, baby. Get it, girl.
Well, I'm glad to be back in the studio. I miss y'all. Y'all have a strange way of growing on us. So I did miss you guys. It's good to be back in the studio. I didn't know I had been gone that long, though. But we've been doing some really, really exciting things at Zepic Miracles Boss Up, and we were on a 28-day promotional tour. So I want to, first of all, some people that are in the chat room. My daughter, BB, is in the chat room. David is in the chat room. The security team for Zepic Miracles Boss Up is in the Trent and Tracy in the chat room. Lily is in the chat room. And I'm saving the best for last, Miss Tracy. So I finally got a chance to meet Miss Tracy. And she is just as she is. She is who she is. And that is a breath of fresh air to know that people are just who they are. So I was really, really honored to meet her. Of course, we've been gone. We were in New Jersey. And just to say thank you to a few people before I start. Valerie Adams and the Dimensions, CeCe Rogers, Chi-Town's very own. I got a chance to meet Terry Hunter while I was there. And so many. DJ Juwandi. Oh my God, it's so many. Alan, I think, Miller. So it's a lot. The promo was going out, so y'all have to watch the promo because I'm getting old and I can't remember all that stuff. I don't remember all those names. But anyway, again, I was glad to be back in the studio again with my DaBooth312 family. And I wanted to just give you guys, bring a little inspiration to you today. I want to talk about pack up, it's time to move. As I was gone for the past month, I really had a chance to really think about some things and to realize some things, to acknowledge some things and know that we all go in a different direction. Every season, we go in a different direction. And when you get ready to go on vacation or you get ready to take a trip, you do this preparation. I know I do. I'm already packed for the next trip out, so been packed for 2 weeks. But you do this process, you make sure, your clothes are clean and pressed, and you make sure that they're in the suitcase. You make sure you write your little list if you do like I do and do little last minute stuff. So you won't forget anything. And as we're going into the new year, I know some people are like, well, we still got time in the old year, but trust me, when you blink, it'll be the new year. And so I like to prepare before the new year comes in. So when you are going to a destination or when you're going on vacation, you go through this preparation phase. You put clothes in a suitcase, or sometimes if you do like I do, you pack and then you take that out and say, no, I don't want to take that, or you replace it with something else. And so going into the new year and going into this new phase and this new season even of my life, I want to talk to myself first and then encourage you guys to do the same thing. We all have a plan for our life. We all have a direction that we're going in. We all have an end goal that we're trying to reach. And in that new goal, there's some things that we need to pack up because it's time to move. We've been stagnant for a little bit too long, and now it's time to move. We need to pack up those things that are not beneficial to us. We need to pack up those things that are not elevating us. We need to pack up those things that are not encouraging us, whether it be our own toxic behavior, whether it be other people. It's time to pack up these things so that we can move to the next plateau. And I don't know about you, but I'm definitely trying to get to the next plateau. There are some people, if you're traveling in a car and you only have a four-seater, well, you may be able to seat 5 people in it, but 6, 7, and 8 people are not going to fit in it. That's the same analogy for life. Everybody's not going to be able to go with you. Everybody's not going to be able to go with me where I'm going. And it's not just me, it's you, it's everybody. We're entering another season in our lives. I already did the slogan for next year. We're coming alive in 25, and that means our visions, our dreams, our goals, all those things, it's time for us it's time for those things to come into fruition. And again, I don't know about you, but I'm ready. But I also have to do some preparing. We have to do some preparing. We have to do some soul searching, and we have to pack up some things, even within ourselves. We have to pack up our pride. We got to pack up our insecurities. There are a lot of things within us that we need to, as Michael Jackson said, look at the man in the mirror and pack up because it's time to move. It's a lot of things that, we have to be honest with ourselves. A lot of people, and I was telling somebody this the other day, everybody has a word for everybody else. But what about the word for yourself? What about when it's time for you to go inward and make those changes that need to be made so that you can move to the next level? I'm so tired of being stagnant We get in this comfortable, I talked about it before, being comfortable and being in this comfort zone where, this is okay with me. I'm cool with being right here. I don't have to move forward. I don't want to go backwards either, but I don't want to move forward. I don't want to move to the side. I'm just happy right here in my comfort zone. And I'm getting to the point now where my comfort zone makes me uncomfortable. It's starting to really make me uncomfortable because I have people around me that push me, that encourage me, because I had to pack up those people and those situations and those things that didn't enhance what I was trying to do. It didn't build what I was trying to do. It didn't encourage what I was trying to do. So we have to get to a point where I understand I've been knowing you for 30, 40 years, but I got to pack you up and I got to put you in a suitcase and put you on a shelf. I understand that, we may have been friends and, we may have been co-workers, but right now I got to pack you up because it's time for me to move. And in this season of life, just like this year, last year, the end of last year, I was telling people the word that God gave me for this year was exposing. And I'm going to leave that right there. Because this whole year, people have been getting exposed. I'm going to leave that right there. So next year is the season that we are coming alive. Our dreams are coming alive. It's time for us to go back to those childhood dreams, go back to those, those goals, those visions, those things that people told us we couldn't do, those places that people told us we couldn't go, or that we weren't good enough to go, or we weren't intelligent enough or educated enough to go. It's time to go to those places. It's time to move to those places. But in order to do that, we got to pack up some things. We got to pack up the drama. We got to pack up the mess. We got to pack up the gossip. We got to pack up those things that, take us back into those situations and take us back into that toxic way of thinking. We got to pack that stuff up because it's time to move. It's time for us to move. Now, I'm only talking to the people who want to move because I personally, I want to move. I want to move to the next level. I want to move to the next plateau. I want to move to my visions and my dreams that honestly I let go of, that I failed myself of letting go of because I was listening to people and I was watching and paying attention and I was getting in my feelings about how people were treating me just because they were treating me different from how I was treating them. But I understand that there are certain things I got to pack up now because it's time for me to move. I got to pack up I don't want to say my feelings, but my feelings. I got to put on my big girl drawers, as they say. I got to unpack those. I got to put those on, though. But all that other stuff, I got to pack up because it's time to move. And if anybody, sometimes we are in a society where you have to, it's like a follow the leader society. I'm going to do this because this one did it and it was popular for them. But all we have to do is look on the news, look what's going on the news. Those things that seem popular that everybody wanted to be a part of, now everybody is running from and not wanting to, be a part of it at all. So it's time to get together. It's time, the division. I've never seen so much division. That's something else that needs to be packed up and thrown away. Everybody's on their own stack. Everybody's going their own way. Everybody's so self-absorbed and so self-centered that it's all about me. Nobody has time to help the other, and I'm going to be honest, and I probably will get in trouble because I usually get in trouble. I get in trouble on my show, so, what the heck. But what I did find, I was literally born and raised here in Chicago. And I'm a little past 50, just a little. No, I'm 52. I don't mind telling my age. Folks ain't even making it to 52 nowadays. But, I don't know where in your book, that's the new 30 for me. I'm talking about the new 40. 40 is old.
40 is old?
Yeah.
Who said 40 is old?
I'm going back to 30. 50
you
is the
didn't-
new
You
30.
didn't rewound the clock, so.
Somebody told me I was aging backwards, so I'm gonna ride with that.
If you're aging backwards, at some point, you will be back in those diapers and someone will be changing you, so I don't know.
I will be.
Benjamin Button.
At some point.
Benjamin Button coming back, y'all, part 2. She gonna grow into a little girl. The baby.
Oh my God. Oh Lord. See, I forgot what I was saying. And y'all, it's good to be home. I remember what I was saying. So what I was saying was, I've only actually lived in 2 other places, and that was for a very short time. But I was born and raised here in Chicago, and I have been talking to different people in Chicago, and we've had the same conversation. It's really, really bad when you have to go outside of where you reside or where you're familiar with to get the respect that you're due. And I understand that we in Chicago, and I understand all that, but I'm in the season of truth telling. In Chicago, we really need to get it together. We just do. You know, there should be no competition with anybody on a daily but yourself. I'm told every day, Angie, you're competing with yourself. Compete with yourself. Do something today better than you did it yesterday. Even if it's the same thing, do it better than you did it yesterday. And even in the different communities, on social media, it's amazing the things that we support that are so asinine, I'm gonna say it. But those things that are growth for us, that are beneficial to us, those are things that we don't want to support. I really thought, and it was really sad, but I really thought that being here, and I'm not talking about everybody, so I don't want rumors to start flying. I know, right? But when I left this time, and I was gone away from home for a month, I really understood what it meant to support people. And like I said, I've had this conversation with quite a few people here in Chicago. And I literally had to go outside of Chicago, of where I was born and raised, to get the support that, hands down, I should have gotten here. Hands down. So we really, really need to get it together. We need to pack up that mindset of, the big I, little U syndrome, the crab in the barrel syndrome. Those are things that we really need to pack up in this season, because it's time to move. And it's sad because there are some people who really think that they're moving. Have you ever been in a car before, and then the car on the side of you may be moving, but you so lax, and all you see is the car moving, and you're like, oh, did I take my foot off the brake? Okay, Rob, am I the only one that has happened to?
Yeah, you really are.
For real? So if I'm in a car, come on, bro, help me out here. If I'm trying to make a point here. If Rob's like, Angie's gone, she's lost it. Oh God, thank God. But have you not been in traffic, right? And your mind may wander off, and you see the car on the side of you, but it looks like you're rolling, and you have to check to see if did I take my foot off the brake? Right. Thank you. Rob's like, Angie. Because it scared me. Right, then my foot come off the brake. So, Rob, you see, he just made me that. This is what I get when I come back home. This is what I get when I come back to the.
You think that car outside, you moving again.
Oh my God. Lord help me. Lord have mercy. I just. I know, right? Anyhow, anywho, that thought will probably come back to me on the show tomorrow morning after I sleep on it. But the bottom line is, guys, that it's really time to the division that we have going on in all these different communities, and the big I, little U, the crab in the barrel syndrome that we have going on. We need to pack all that stuff up. Because we really think that we're going somewhere, but if you just look at the news and you look at how people treat other people, and how things are going on in the world today, it catches up with you. It catches up with you. I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit too old for certain stuff to be catching up to me unnecessarily. So I really implore you guys, again, when I went to, even, and I go get in trouble again. Even when I went to Jersey, there was I call them New Jersey's finest. There was a police that when we went to the 2024 House Fest, there was a policeman, and he was getting it. He was getting it. And I was like, they would never do that back home. Like, be at a fest and be dancing.
What, the police?
The police. Like, it was awesome.
Oh, they do.
And
They try to
he-
look serious all the time, but they do.
I've
do
never
dance.
seen that.
I've seen some female officers at
And
West Fest.
he was very friendly. He was very friendly. But my point for saying that is, I honestly, at some point, and I'm like, again, I'm not talking about everybody, but I'm honestly, when I went, I was honestly ashamed to have come from Chicago at that point, because I've never seen, even if it was a front, it was a heck of a front. Everybody just merging together and supporting one another, and the outpour of, I don't know, maybe it was because I just looked out of place and everybody kind of felt sorry for me, but everybody was so nice and so, they were so, but I'm saying that because I experienced something different, and I'm like, where did we go wrong? Not like me and you, but like as a whole. Like, where did we go wrong? And everybody thinks that's what I was saying about the car. It came back. Everybody, people may think that they're moving, like how, I was saying I thought I was moving, but it was the other car moving. But people really aren't going anywhere. Not like they think they are. They're not going anywhere. And it's because of the strife, the envy, the jealousy. Do you know there are people who laugh in your face every day and wish that you don't make it? Those are things that we need to pack up. We need to pack up those, and I think we kind of know, but it's like, I've been knowing them for 30 years. They wouldn't do it. Yeah, they would. Oh, yeah, they didn't be the ones that'll do it. The ones that you just meet, that you haven't known but a couple of years or maybe a couple of months, those seem to be the ones that are more loyal than people you've been knowing for 30, 40 years. That's what we have been reduced to. And it's really, really sad. And I'm telling you, I felt out of place when I was gone. And it was from negative things that we take for a norm. Negativity, that's the norm. To misuse each other, that's the norm. But if we want to move to the next plateau, it's some things we're going to have to pack up and get rid of. We're going to have to get rid of it. If anybody out there, I'm still looking for somebody that gets more than 24 hours in a day. I'm searching for that person. Because I need more time in the day. I don't have time to be jealous of anybody. It's people that actually have time to do that. I'm going to sabotage what the next person is doing. I'm gonna lie on the next person. I discovered some treacherous things too when I was gone. I'll talk about that on my show, where I can be free.
You gonna leave us hanging?
No, you ain't gotta wait long. You don't gotta wait long. It's tomorrow. But I've always been the type of person, and this is why I'm at this point in my life now, where I've always wanted everybody else, even if I failed, I wanted everybody else to make it. But now I'm in the frame of mind where I ain't got to fail for everybody to make it either. We all can make it. But if you are a part of me trying to fail, then those are some things I'm gonna have to pack up. It's an incident that happened to me just recently when I got back. And my thing was, okay, I'm gonna have to pack that up. I'm gonna have to pack that up because apparently when you are sitting still minding your business, you get in more mess than when you just out there. And I just really, I'm not built for that anymore. I'm not built for that life anymore. I'm built for a life of building and building myself and building others. And I want to encourage you guys today that I want you to go through your mental closets and your mental drawers, your mental cabinets, and pack some of that stuff up because it's time to move. And you can't take all that mess with you. When you pack to go on a vacation, you don't need to take the kitchen sink and all that. Hopefully one will be there when you get where you're going. We take extra stuff and extra baggage. We take on extra people, extra mess, extra assignments that don't belong to us. And then wonder why we're so bagged down and bogged down.
Some people have that as a natural side of them. They're caring people. Not everybody, I heard this saying, not every woman could be a mother. Not every man could be a father. Sure. But the individuals that are mothers and fathers, there's a lot of them that need to pull their pants up, tighten their belts, pull these kids in, but they're afraid to do that. And I'm not trying to steal Angie's thunder. It's been a while since Angie's been on, but we've always had, additives to what Angie is saying. But Angie, I'm gonna say this, and I don't know if all of you all out there are gonna agree to this, but what happened to those without sin cast the first stone? Let me start with that. I'm not interjecting. I just wanted to throw that. That was the point. You just made a point about taking on extra burdens. We take on these burdens because we're carrying people, those that are caring. But for those that are always pointing fingers at people, always putting people down, and again, this is not geared toward Trump, but I'm using him as an example. Where somebody can whine about, they're saying negative stuff, but you're the main one doing the negativity. And we see that all the time. People hiding behind the cloak of, I'm the nice guy when they know damn well they're not. Mm-hmm. If you have someone in your life that cares about you, let this part, and I'm gonna shut up, because y'all I didn't want to hear you, Ron. But if you got somebody in your life, whether they're a friend, relative, associate, and they have shown you a baseline that they care about you, not care to get with you, not care about your money, they care generally about you as a human being, we need more of that. We need more of that. And the reason why we need more of that is because in our society today, we got the kids running rapid. We got grown folks running rapid. We got folks that just don't care about each other no more. But then when stuff happens, we need to come together, unite, and be together in one voice, but they don't do it. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get on a tangent, but those without sin cast first stone. If you're not a sinner, you ain't living on this planet, because everybody living here that's alive commits sin every day. True. So I can't put someone down for what they do because my plate ain't clean itself. If my plate's clean, lead by example. My plate is clean. I cannot walk in Jesus' shoes. I would love to. We all should want to walk in those shoes, but we can't. So the shoes that we have on our feet today were given to us by God. And if you're God's children, you're going to walk the walk that you're supposed to walk. And I'm shutting up.
And I agree with that. And to be honest, I'm coming from, because I am one of those people. I'm one of those people who, you know, I'm so caring and nurturing till sometimes it hurts me. It hurts me. And at this point in my life, like, we all have seasons, so it's got to be points and seasons and times in our life where we have to say, okay, like, that was last season was my season to nurture others. And now I have to nurture myself. Because if you have a neighbor and you're watering that neighbor's grass all the time and yours is dying, at some point you're going to say, okay, let me, water mine some, and then I'll get back to you. And I'm using that analogy because people actually get offended. They will get offended. Well, how you gonna water your own grass? You're supposed to keep watering mine. And and I even do it sometimes. And if you all know us personally, or I'm sure you guys can see us in the studio, but I'm the oldest between Ron and I. I'm his big sister, but he's humongous, and I still call him Big Bro because I can't call him Little Bro. That would just kind of
Little John.
that just wouldn't even sound right. But there are just times, and I've told him before, I think that certain things that he does, I think he's very sweet. I tell him sometimes, I say, "You so nice." That's my nice way of saying I should smack you upside your head, because you just can't be that nice. But he's that nice. And I've been there. And my thing is I'm nurturing to a point, but it's like, okay, I've nurtured and I've nurtured and I've nurtured. It's like a pitcher of water, and if I keep pouring out that pitcher and there's nothing coming back in it. Now I've filled up everybody's glass, and now my pitcher's empty. And now I have nothing and nobody to pour back into me. And in this season, we have to, even being nurturing people, we have to now learn to pour back into ourselves. And we can't allow people to make us feel guilty or, make people feel like you don't love me, you don't care about me. Well, if my doing for you equates me caring about you, then I see where you have me in your mind anyway. So I like I said, I pray that everybody makes it on the path that they are trying to get to, because we all don't have the same paths, talents, visions, dreams, or goals. But I do want everyone to get to theirs. And going into the next year, those things are going to come alive, but there's some things that we need to pack because it's time to move. So again, I'm glad to be back in the station with my DaBooth312 family. I've definitely missed you guys. I peeped my head in during this last month when I could. I tried to get on a little bit more because I actually wasn't here in Illinois. But I definitely, the schedule has kind of changed a little bit. We've opened up another studio here in Chicago. And then we're still doing the Ride to Work with Angie every morning at 8:15. Monday and Wednesday is the Boss Up Show at 7 o'clock.
So has the morning ride
Tuesday
moved from Facebook to other platforms?
Yeah. So we are now on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.
I can watch you again because I kicked off of Facebook. And
is that what it is?
Well, Rob, if you didn't hear what Rob just said.
It's got to be.
No. Let me put some clarification here, sister and brothers.
Hurry up. Hurry up.
The thing is, there's been a slew of DJs like myself that got kicked off of Facebook. And for those other DJs, one that's in the other room right now, created a second page and they kicked that one off. So I felt after 11 years of maintaining that page and you kick me off, if I start all over again, there's people I won't ever be able to reach out to because I may not be in contact with them, but they may follow me. So it was 11 years of building. And it's just like if somebody's house burns down. Your family's lived in this house for forever, and your house burns down. You could get the house rebuilt. It's never going to be the same house.
Absolutely.
You can refurnish it, clean it up, paint the walls a different color, but it's never going to be the same feel.
Yeah.
And like Angie said about treating people right, my caveat for that is when she was talking about me, my thing is I'm nice because that's how I want to be treated. And when I don't get treated that way, I do get mad. But I had to accept that not everybody wears the cloak like I do. Everybody's built differently. Look at Ford trucks. They built Ford truck. Built Ford tough, but GMC can't say they built Ford tough because that's GMC. And the reason why I said that is because everybody's different. Your expectations could be your own demise. You could expect for people to treat you with the respect that you treat them, but when you don't, that's what I'm learning now. And some people said to me, why is that so hard? Well, when you are in a culture, and I'm going to say it how it is, military people say they're in a culture of professionals. Not everybody's a professional, but we're taught to be professionals. And it's a mutual respect. That transition is tough for me coming into the civilian world. Yes, I retired in 2017, but it's still tough because for 20 years I had a mindset. And you just don't drop that overnight. So the respect factor, the people that are within my circle know I have nothing but love and admiration for them and respect because I demand that back. So our expectations could be our demise. And just remember, nobody's perfect. We could coddle, but you shouldn't coddle, you should educate. Demand the respect, but educate. You can't expect people to know how to respect you because they may not have been raised to respect like that. Some people don't respect their mom. But with that being said, we're shutting down. We are about to end the show. Again, Angie, we missed you. Thank you for coming back. Mr. Boss Up, my big brother, miss you too. I hope you are healthy. Please stop by the studio. Please stop by the Red Lab so you get your chicken wings.
Them chicken wings.
I didn't forget about the wings.
Get the chicken wings.
But again, I love what I do. I love all my friends and family here at the booth. And I love my city. I love house music, And that's what we're here every week to do, So, Angie, I hope before we miss you again that you can grace the Red Lab, Red Garden. Mama T been asking about you too.
Hey, Mama T.
What did you miss? You missed DJ Mon's debut. Now, for those that don't know who DJ Mon is, that's my daughter. DJ Mon played her first her first major festival at the Queens of House this year. And
I saw it.
Well, you saw it, but
I wasn't there. Well, yeah, I know.
But
I was.
I'm glad you were.
I definitely was.
I'm glad you did.
Yes.
So again, it's we do what we do because we have the passion. And Angie comes in here, she does her morning ride to work. She don't have to do that. There's been times when Angie, she's human too. She was upset the last few times before I got kicked off of Facebook. I'm watching the show, laying in the bed, and all of a sudden I'm looking at Angie's face. I'm like, why does she look mad right now? And she's like, I got things on my mind. So we all do
something on my mind.
But even therapists need therapy. Let me let that sink in. Even therapists need therapy. So
and for the people in the back.
And for the folks in the back. So, Rob, we good? Okay. So we're going to go a little extended. Again, I just want to remind you all that next Friday we got David Sabat on the Red Lab. And then, who do we have? Next Sunday? Oh, we don't have a show next Sunday because of the. Let me say that because I almost forgot. Next Sunday we will not be on air. Next Sunday is the Bank of America, my bank. They didn't give me no extra money, but it's the Bank of America Marathon. And for those that don't know, the marathons in Chicago, they shut down the major thoroughways, and the school is in the route of the marathon. So they don't allow us to drive anywhere near this place. So we will not be on the air next week. But please, if you missed any shows in the past, our archive shows are on YouTube. We will be back the following week. And who's our guest the following week? Well, as Rob's looking that up, because I just came back from Frisco and my mind's not, it's soup right now. I just flew from Frisco to Chicago and came on the show. We got DJ Asuka, who's been on the show before, that will be back. He will also, that Friday, be the guest on The Red Garden with Rose Red and myself. So, with that said, please tune in. We are always asking for people to share this show, as well as the Red Lab, Red Garden, the Boss Up Morning Ride to Work. Please share her, watch, share. Luis Fuego has the Fire Pit every Wednesday, starting at 7 p.m. on YouTube and Twitch. Please tune in to his show every Wednesday. Am I leaving somebody out? Luis Fuego every Wednesday, Angie Pat every morning, but she has the Boss Up on Wednesdays, right?
The Boss Up show is Monday and Wednesday.
Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah. Tea time is Tuesday, and the after show is Thursday, and we're bringing the His and Her show back.
Okay.
So it's debuting. It's coming back this Friday at 6 o'clock.
This Friday at 6 o'clock. Tune in to Angie, and then y'all can jump over to the Red Lab, Red Garden. Move that furniture back, because if you don't, you're going to stub your knee, and then you're going to be like, oh. And we, unlike Angie, that's aging reverse, we're getting older, not younger. So please have a blessed, safe, and wonderful week. And again, we're not on the air next Sunday because of the Bank of America Marathon. We will see you the following week. We love you. Peace and hair grease.